after all the time has passed and all the rumors and all of that, our show is back. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for If Loving You Is Wrong. This is season 4. It's 8, ain't it? Season 4, episode 1. And I'm happy that the show is back. It had gotten too good to be leaving, and then the rumors came out that the show was canceled, and I was just like pissed. But I'm so happy they're back. So let's just get right into it. We start right off. Kelly's ass is hanging with her toes pointing down. And Lucian is on the phone with Natalie. Natalie's like, this is a suicide note. He runs, he gets her, they cut her down. She had a shoestring. And Lucian's trying to figure out where she got a shoestring from. Because they don't have shoestrings and their stuff. He's looking all around. He even looked at Eddie. Because he's like, let me see your damn boot. Eddie was like, all my shoestrings is there. A mess. But they tried to get her revived. Couldn't really get her revived. Next thing you know, she was going to the infirmary and we didn't know what was going on with her. Randall and Alex are in the shed on fire. Marcy is outside keying, cackling, and howling and looking real crazy. Real crazy. I think what happened was she actually came through and seen them in the shed again, like really, for real. She just snapped. And she said she poured out gasoline and set their asses on fire. They were trapped in there. Then we are introduced to some new neighbors. And the husband is cute as he can be, honey. He's cute. His name is Bennett, and he's a firefighter. I said, Tyler, here we go. With the just ridiculous, blatant symbolism. I said, whatever. But they're new neighbors. They're actually moving their stuff off their little U-Haul truck. They see Marcy, and the husband's like, what's wrong with her? She's acting real strange. She said, I think she has some kind of issues. The wife was like, stay out of it. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. She said, you know, we dealt with some crazy neighbors in our last place that we were at. Stay out of it. And he's like, I am a fireman. I can't stay out of it, whatever. Marcy ends up coming over there asking to use their phone. And he's like, is that smoke? She gonna say, oh no, honey, baby, that's barbecue. That's just barbecue over there. She uses the phone. And she calls a cab. He's like, do you live over there? She's like, not anymore, but yeah, I need to get on out of here. Hey, bitches. And she's acting real crazy. And he's like, that's a whole lot of smoke. He ends up running back there. And of course, he saves their ass from the fire. And I was pissed. They were supposed to at least be burnt. But no, they got out. Brad's down there talking to the doctor. She's offering him a counselor. Information for a counselor, telling him you've been through a lot. You need to talk to somebody. And he's like, no. They go back and forth. He's looking for Marcy. He's sitting around for hours waiting on her. She's like, you're still here? He's like, yeah. She's like, I think you really need to talk to somebody. He asks her again, are you sure that you didn't switch those test results? And she's like, no. She's like, well, take the test again. You know what I mean? And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. This, that, thing, and the other. Finally ends up taking the information from her for the counselor because she's like, because he started talking about how Alex lied to him and he's sick of it and he's just done with it. And she's a slut. And she's like, no, I'm not going to deal with this name calling. He's like, she's a slut. I said, Yeah, she really is for the most part. So they go through all that, and then he eventually um gets a call from Marcy, and she says, "Come and get me." Weird. Anyway, um, they got them out of the tool shed, and they're out there, they're choking their heads off. Marcy's laughing, cracking up, laughing her ass off. He gets Alex out. Bennett gets Alex out of the shed first, and he asks her, "Is there anybody else in there?" That bitch said no. She shook her head no. And he hears Randall coughing. She is cold blooded. She is truly that Alex is truly her mother and father's child. And I promise you, I swear at some point, Marcy's going to tell Randall that Alex tried to let him burn up in that shed. And they're going to have even more problems. He ended up saying that Marcy did it. And the wife, Bennett's wife, is kind of looking like, what kind of crazy shit is this? By this time, Natalie done came with her nebby ass and all that. The wife just looking at all of them like, I said, girl, stay far away from them, honey. Like you stay away from the pet cemetery because they got issues, every last one of them. Um, it was just a whole lot. It was a whole lot. Um, yeah, there's gonna be a point where she pays. Randall goes in the house and he's calling around and he calls to Larry and cussing Larry out through the phone on the machine. He's like, "Yeah, I guess you forgot I had this number, but I'm gonna get you. I got something for your ass. You tricked me into signing those papers. I got something for you." Then he turns around and he calls the police and says, "Somebody tried to kill me. I was locked in my shed and they set it on fire." And he called the police and told them that it was Brad. And they gave, "We're on our way, honey." But the thing is, Brad actually has an alibi because Brad was at the hospital. So I ain't even worried about that at all. Down at that office, Lucian and Steven get to going at it with Eddie. Eddie came in there being so rude about the whole thing with Kelly. He's like, "Oh, that bitch. Anybody think about her?" He was saying all this racist stuff, and then he got into it with Lucian and gonna tell Lucian, "Yeah, you big and black." I said, "Oh, rude." Then he told Esperanza had come in, so there's some more tension going on about her and Steven. He told Steven, "Go on over there and get yourself a glass of coffee. And when you make it, spit in it and then stir it around. And when you go to drink it, swish it around a little bit and get you some of that said, think about it like it's some old Eddie DNA swishing around in your mouth." But he said, "But oh, never mind. You ain't even got to do that because you already had some Eddie DNA swishing around in your mouth for the last couple of weeks, haven't you?" I said, "Oh, child." Now Esperanza sitting around and looking all stupid. I said, "Girl, he's giving you the freak of the week. It's the freak of the week. She's the freak of the week. She's the freak of the week." I said, "Lord have mercy." I met somebody going to really tear him up one of these days. And he just went on and he went on and he went on. He's awful. He really is awful. Um, Brad and Eddie end up meeting up, and he's telling them, Alex lied. The baby is not Randall's, but I don't know whose it is. I don't know who else she was sleeping with. And Eddie's going on. Eddie wants to kill Alex. He basically saying that she needs to die, and he's willing to do it. And Brad was like, "You know what? I ain't trying to deal with your bull crap right now." But he's like, "I will take care of it. I'll take care of it." I said, "He's a mess." Then he took his butt around there. He runs around free bothering everybody. He went around there messing with Larry. Larry, Gary Lee, the hospital. He's in there putting makeup on. He gonna say, "Oh, you in there making up your face, girl." This, that, the other. He just said he going on. Honey, Larry was so unbothered giving him, "Oh, it's okay. Everything's all right. I got a constant reminder of what you did to me and all that. It's fine." Oh, he asked him about his jaw. He gonna say, "Yeah, your jaw, but how's your ass feeling?" He gonna say, "Oh yeah, that was brutal." He's like, "After what you did to me, you deserved it." He's like, "Oh, but I loved it. I loved it all." I said, oh my. And they had this whole like sadomasochistic conversation between each other. I said, and they went back and forth and back and forth and back. It was a very sick exchange. Not that S&M is sick. S&M is fine for whoever deals with it, but it wasn't just S&M. It was literally on a whole sinister type of level, and they were going back and forth. And then he told him, he said, I'm going to leave out of here, and I got plans for you, this, that, thing, and the other. He said, well, come on past my place tonight. Come past my office. I want you to meet some friends. I think we got some mutual friends. He said, and I really like what you did to me, because what you did, you made me stronger. I said, a mess, a whole mess. And they went back and forth, back and forth. And then Larry told him, he's like, I'm out of here. I got things to do. And they standing there real close to each other's face. He gonna say, is this the part where we kiss? And Eddie's like, yeah, right. I was like, mm-hmm. But Eddie, you playing part. Like, it was like, I sit y'all there. He told me, he said, you were aroused with all the stuff that was going on. But you made me stronger, so I'm cool with it. I said, okay, girl, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, Brad finally pulls up to pick up Marcy, and Alex comes out the back, and he immediately told her, "Stay away from me." Natalie was telling Brad, "Take her home and get her out of them clothes and that, because they smell like gasoline, and the police are actually on the way." And that Alex came out of there, and he told her, "You stay away from me." And said, you telling the truth now, because she was admitted to him that she told Randall about Marcy's pregnancy, which of course they blame Randall for her losing the baby, and also that she was back in there in the shed again. He told her, "You stay away, you slut. You stay away from me, you whore." I said, my. Then the last thing we actually saw was Eddie roll up to Lucian, and he's drinking a 40. I said, who walks around a police station drinking a 40? But he was just as arrogant, and he gonna take and pour something out on the floor. Gonna say, yeah, Lou, let's pour something out for the homie. I mean, pour something out for the homette. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? He told him, he said, Kelly, she dead. And Lucius took and smacked his ass real quick. I said, oh, said, you so goddamn disrespectful. I said, Eddie ain't do nothing. He's just sitting there looking stupid. I said, you are really trying to make Lucius really jack you up. Lucian. I can call him Lucius. Lucian. You really make Lucian jack you up. Interesting. Very interesting. That was part one. There's a part two to this season opening. So I'll see y'all with part two shortly. Later.